Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to What's the Damage, the good old WTD question mark on my channel, returning now in 2023. You know, the segment on this channel where I can really let the dogs out and give you guys very heated rants and anger-induced arguments and give off my opinions that are usually very controversial in nature in a way. But today's topic might not be very controversial because everybody knows except for the dumbasses who don't, you know. I have covered this topic on my channel before many years ago, but I'm gonna redo it now. Normally when I remake a video, I wear the same shirt, the same clothes, you know. It's a slightly different shirt than I wore the first time because that shirt got old and it's all weird today and all wrinkly, so I'm gonna wear this. But it is a gray sleeveless shirt, so it's kind of the same. Call it like a reimagining of that video, you know. The first time that I covered the flat earth conspiracy, I talked a little bit about the science behind it and how the earth literally could not be flat, you know, due to scientific principles. But the thing is that I kind of want to give you guys something a little different today, you know. It's going to be kind of like a spin-off slash remake of that video because I'm not Elon Musk or Stephen Hawking. I'm not a brilliant scientific mind, so I don't really science too well. So instead I'm going to give you guys more of a basic outline of why flat earth believers are a thing and where it comes from, you know, and this really dumb flat earth society movement, you know, because flat earth believers have been a thing since the 17th century, which was actually a way for the Europeans to kind of go against the Catholic Church beliefs that the earth was round, you know. And despite so many years of scientific research, we're talking like 2 freaking millennia of scientific, you know, scientific evidence supporting that the earth actually is round, you know. There are a few basic and obvious ones that I will cover in a little bit, you know. Despite all of this, flat earthers still somehow feel the need to go against it. They want to swim against the current, basically just because they can, you know, because they are able to question it and they apparently have half of a brain stem or something, you know. They feel the need to question everything that is sent to them because they have this overlying ideology that, you know, everybody is against them. Like, they question why is it that the government and the schools and the media and scientists, you know, and everybody happens to assume that the earth is round, even though, again, there is scientific evidence to the contrary, you know. There have been many photos, you know, of astronauts up there in space, you know, working for NASA and bringing back images, you know. I mean, in my head, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's really hard to believe how a human being who is able to, you know, think freely for themselves and walk and talk at the same time can be so dumb simultaneously, you know. It just doesn't make any sense at all to me. But for many years, there were different, we're like hundreds of years ago, maybe even thousands. I can understand people thinking that the earth was flat because science was not what it is today, you know. And people back then were, I mean, unless you were like, I don't know, Aristotle or something, or Socrates, you were pretty much dumb. You know, very few people back then stood out for their intelligence, you know. Maybe like the grand ancestors of Elon Musk or something, or Bill Gates, but you know, that's not what we're going to be getting into right now. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys know, or at the very least you should know, that the goddamn planet that we live on is round, okay? It is spherical, and if you don't know that, God, it's very sad that you came across this video and maybe this video is gonna be the one that changed. Actually, if you have gone through many years of your life believing the earth is flat and science was not able to prove it to you, this video is definitely not going to. So the least that I can do right now is call you an idiot, you know. I really doubt that there are any flat earthers watching my videos. If I have any flat earther subscribers, dude, I really wouldn't mind if you unsubscribed right now. I'm serious, man. If you believe the earth is flat and you're subscribed to my channel, I don't care how long you've been subscribed. I don't care how much you interact. I would not mind if you unsubscribe right now. I'm looking at the camera and I think I'm a little crooked. I think I'm, my phone. Let me try to adjust myself here. Am I straight? It's because the TV is a little, it makes it look wobbly. I think I'm centered. I think I'm right in the middle. But anyway, guys, so before I get into a little bit more of the history behind this nonsensical line of thought and just a few scientific principles to prove that the earth is round, I'm going to show you guys now the thing that all flat earthers dread to see: some photos of the earth being round. If you can look at those photos and still deny that the earth is spherical, if you still believe it's flat, you know, despite what I just showed you, You, my friend, are an idiot. But you know who's an even bigger idiot? The original idiot himself, Samuel Rowbotham, the English writer who in 1849 published a pamphlet talking about the flat earth, which was called Zetetic Astronomy, and that actually originated a flurry of other nonsensical, lines of thought, There was this woman named Lady Elizabeth Blount, I don't know how to say her name, She actually established the Universal Zetetic Society. I hate saying that. The Universal Zetetic Society just many years later, right? In 1893. And that is where we have the origin of the idiotic people who believe that the earth was flat, And many years later, there was this guy named Samuel Shenton. Wow, my pronunciation sucks today. In 1956, he set up this thing called the International Flat Earth Research Society. There is research going into the flat earth conspiracy. My God, I wonder what they do all day besides smoke crack, probably, Like they just do drugs, really hard drugs all day to come up with these insane ideas, And it's also better known today as the Flat Earth Society, which I'm sure you've heard of, coming out from Dover, England. And it's pretty much a direct descendant of that freaking dumb little zetetic thing, Now, because we are living in the internet era, the availability of social media outlets like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they are actually allowing people to much more easily spread this false information and ideologies about the earth being flat, Twitter actually came under scrutiny some years ago because of this, because it was so easy to spread fake news on there, But they have cracked down on it, They have started to kind of try to, how can I say, try to eradicate all of the falsities, from their platform, but it's been really hard, But the point is that it's been with social media, it's become very easy for people, even celebrities, to spread their beliefs about the flat earth, Which obviously, if you're a celebrity, you have millions of people who follow and look up to you, and usually, depending on how famous and powerful and influential you are, people will pretty much believe you blindly, So I don't know. Let's say maybe this wouldn't be the best example because I don't want to even mention this guy here. Let's say, I don't know, who's a really famous celebrity right now? Let's say maybe, I don't know, Elon Musk, who's the richest man in the world and who recently bought Twitter. A lot of people follow this guy, so maybe he's pretty smart, so yeah, maybe not the best. If Elon Musk ever says the earth is flat, I honestly think I'm gonna start believing it's flat, because at that point, I don't know, man, Kanye West or a singer or actor or an athlete, I don't know, Michael Jordan or something, somebody comes out and says that they think the earth is flat, many people will believe them just because they're fans, They will blindly follow their idols. So it's just been a really hard time for us who are intellectuals, who know the earth is spherical, because so many people take to social media to try to explain otherwise, Now, essentially, despite a lot of information that was accumulated because of the space age, flat earthers, they still have a tendency to believe that everybody is going against them, and they actually are very distrustful even amongst themselves, It's really hard for you to have a conversation with a flat earther because they're always disagreeing with each other, So imagine with somebody who doesn't think the way that they do, Now, there are many different ways for you to confirm that the earth is actually spherical, whether you're on the ground or in an aircraft or spacecraft, There are many kinds of different natural phenomena that occur because the earth is round and would literally be scientifically impossible if it was flat, It has been proven by science many times over many years by many different researchers, There is so many different, how can I say, there's just been so much evidence over the years gathered from space, And, different observations that we can see from Earth that would not be possible in other shapes, like a curved disc or a torus, But like no other shape would explain what we see with the Earth being round, So the science is all there, man. The science is all there, I'm going to try to give you guys a few examples without butchering the details here. But before that, I'm going to do something a little different now as a transition. I'm going to either try to show you guys a video, a clip of maybe somebody explaining how the earth is actually round, or maybe even footage from the earth itself from space. And if I can't get that, well, you guys are just going to see a few more photos here. whatever I just inserted, I hope it came out okay. And if it was a video, you know, hopefully YouTube didn't flag it, you know, for copyright or anything. Sometimes they do, but they allow me to use the video anyway. I just can't monetize it. Not that my channel is even monetized anyway yet, so maybe one day. So now here we go. Just a few small scientific principles here that are actually very obvious, you know. There are many different ways for you to observe the Earth's spherical nature, you know. Like, I mean, there are different laws of gravity, you know, in chemistry and physics involving making the Earth actually round and how it behaves in accordance to us, you know, our own laws of gravity here, which if we were on a flat planet would be much different and behave differently, you know. Like we can observe the sun and the moon and the weather system, you know. Pretty much anything that you can imagine on Earth explains that it's round, you know. Many different laws, even the time of day, you know, the gravity itself, a lot of different, like the way that the seasons change, everything points to the Earth being spherical. But one of the main principles is that a spherical surface has a horizon that can actually be observed from a certain distance, you know, and it's closer when you're viewing it from a lower altitude. So like this should be obvious, you know, but I mean in theory, if you're standing on a hill, you know, that's not so, like maybe a flat surface, you know, with not many obstructions, you're standing on top of a hill, you can actually see the horizon way off in the distance and see the ground, you know, from a pretty low altitude. But if you're on top of a building, then you can see the ground from much higher and see into much further away, you know. That's basically what it's about. So, and also the sun itself, you know, when the sun is setting and then when it's rising, like it takes a few minutes for us to completely see it, you know, setting or rising. Like when you see the sun setting behind a hill or a mountain or something, you're still gonna see a little bit of sunlight and there will be a few minutes before it reaches total darkness, you know. Same thing when it's rising. It takes a few minutes when you see the sunlight for you to actually see the sun itself rising. If we were on a flat Earth, that whole entire process would take seconds, you know, like it would literally be seconds before the sun completely vanishes or when it comes up again, you know, in the sunrise the next day. So that's obviously not possible. There is also the case of the lunar eclipse, which I'm pretty sure you guys know is when we actually see the reflection, wow, we see the shadow of the Earth on the moon, you know. So that's also quite a phenomenon because the sun goes behind the Earth and then the moon, like it's this whole weird thing. But anyway, it's the opposite of a solar eclipse when the moon is in front of the sun. So when this happens, we can actually see the shadow of planet Earth on the moon, which is clearly a sphere. No other shape except a sphere would make a circle shaped shadow on another surface, you know. If the goddamn Earth was flat, we would probably see a rectangle, but we see a sphere, which means that it's round, it's a circle, it's a freaking soccer ball or a basketball or a baseball. Pretty much every sport is played with a round ball. Why did I specifically say soccer ball? I don't know, it's what came to mind. So there are many different kinds of scientific principles, and yet flat earthers feel the need to, I don't know, man, for some reason they just want to be different, they want to think differently, they want to ride against the grain or whatever the hell the expression is, you know. Every single flat earther on this planet, and there are quite a few of them, have arguments that are completely nonsensical and not at all based on scientific research. They literally just say, because I think it's flat, you know. If you actually try to have a conversation with a flat earther, you're not going to get anywhere, but it might be funny. You might definitely have an entertaining conversation, you know. Anthony Padilla, one of my favorite YouTubers, you know, actually did a video where he spent a day with flat earthers, and that video was hilarious, man, because on his channel he always tries to bring people in and have serious and open conversations with them, you know. But in this case, if you watch the video, you can tell he's clearly making fun of them. He's obviously joking around and they're taking it seriously, you know. It is one of the funniest and saddest and most pathetic things I've ever seen, you know. I love Anthony so much, man, and I don't think I would have as an open mind as he does. I could never bring a flat earther onto my channel and talk to them openly, you know. I can barely do that in real life outside of YouTube, you know. But essentially, that's it. If you guys are interested in actually learning a little bit more about the scientific accuracies about the Earth being spherical, then I suggest you go online and read some articles or watch a more scientific video, because if you're looking for science, I'm sorry, but you came to the wrong channel. I'm not Bill Nye, the science guy. I'm just Chazzy, the non-science guy, you know. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information regarding the flat Earth conspiracies, you know. And these conspiracies will continue to exist for many years until maybe we can purge this generation of idiots, you know. Maybe one day we'll have an entire population, you know, of just Bill Gates smart style people, but that would probably be bad too. But anyway, Let's educate our future kids on the importance of being smart and how the damn earth is round, okay? Let me know in the comments below what you think about this, and God forbid if you send me a comment, you know, if you drop a comment saying you think the earth is flat and you're actually serious, oh boy, you're gonna get a spanking. You're gonna get a spanking in the solar systematic, and I will pop, 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 pop. And that's it, guys. If you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, do hit the notification bell too so you can know exactly what time I upload, and it's all good. It's all good. Stay tuned to my next video because it's going to be something just as interesting as this, you know. I'm going to be talking about something really cool that is also involving science and is a little more complex, but I'm going to try to dumb it down for you guys and also myself. So let's see what you're going to think about that. And that's it, guys. That was exhausting. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen, which is round and not flat. Actually, my outro screen is flat.